Hello and welcome back to Character Select. It's time for another vlog. A couple of things have happened since the last vlog, so I wanted to kind of address a few of them. Nothing super major, but a couple of things that I wanted to bring up, a couple of thoughts that I had, and questions about direction, things like that. The first thing I wanted to mention is a bunch of series all ended at the same time, a lot of them really big projects. Alan Wake just finished. It got to almost 50 episodes, which was amazing. Oxenfree ended, which was supposed to be just like 6 episodes with me and Kylan playing it for Halloween, but we decided to go back and play that again. Metroid Prime 2 finished, which got to 33 episodes, which was a lot of fun to play, and we're really looking forward to playing Metroid Prime 3. Quest for Glory 3, the middle of the Quest for Glory series, which lets us go on to Quest for Glory 4, which is arguably the best one in the series. We're really looking forward to that too. Just a lot of things have all ended right at the same time. And as with most things, as usually happens when a series ends or several series end all at the same time, it kind of leaves me feeling a little directionless, and I'm not sure where to go with certain things. Just sometimes when it comes to games, not sometimes, every time, when it comes to games, I don't want to be the one that's playing the game all the time. This channel is about playing games with my friends, doing things together, and I want to take the opportunity for them to show you some of the games that they enjoy, so that you guys can experience that as well. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's hard to find a game that really does work. But when one series ends, another begins. Usually we've had it ready to go for a while, and that's usually pretty cool. But when 4 of them end at the same time, it's just it makes things a little. It makes it difficult to know exactly what to do next. But there was a period for basically about 3 or 4 weeks where I was kind of like, what are we gonna do? What are we up to next? And I didn't have an answer. But we've come up with some things that we're going to try, and we've had some things ready in the wings for a while now. And I just wanted to share with you guys a preview of what's coming. Some Kind of Wizard and I have started playing Batman Arkham Asylum, which we found out while we were recording is 9 years old, and we're looking forward to playing that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Kanathis and I played a few rounds of 100-Foot Robot Golf, which, if you haven't seen that game, is ridiculous. And we had a lot of fun playing it. Right after I record this, Kanathis and I are going to go and play Antichamber, actually. So that after 100-Foot Robot Golf is done, you can look forward to that. Stellaris is coming back next week. We finished basically what we wanted to do with that particular playthrough. It doesn't make any sense to continue with the game now because 2.0 is either just out or is coming out shortly. And if we play the game again, we're gonna upgrade to a new version which isn't compatible with previous saves. So we're looking forward to. I'm personally looking forward to actually getting that up on the channel starting next week. And that'll kind of wrap up that whole series. And a few other games that we've kind of got in the wings. Tyler and I are coming up with some games that we want to play in between Quest for Glory series. But ultimately what it comes down to is when we play a game, we don't want to get stuck in playing just one kind of game at a time. That's why there's such a huge diversity of the games that we play. That's why we play things like Factorio. That's why we play things like Quest for Glory. Why we play Batman Arkham Asylum or Stellaris. We want to play the games that we want to play that are fun, and that's our goal. We want to share with you the games that we enjoy, that we have fun playing, that we hope that you enjoy. So, kind of wrapping into that, I've said this before, but we don't play the games that are popular. A whole bunch of YouTubers did Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. A whole bunch of people in the channel were like, hey Dave, you should totally play that. No, I don't want to. It's not a game that I would enjoy. I wouldn't have fun playing it. And there's other games like Subnautica. Subnautica is a great game. If you haven't played it, you really should. But it's not a game that's necessarily good for two people to play through at the same time. I'm sure Game Grumps have been doing it. I'm sure I haven't watched it at all, but I'm sure they're having fun doing it. But it's not the kind of game that anybody really wants to sit and watch over the internet. So it's a single player game. Only one person can play. The other person has to sit there and commentate. It makes it difficult to actually have a good commentary with that. So it doesn't really lend itself well to a dynamic. It's one of those things that, looking at it, excuse me, I'm still recovering from the flu. Looking at it, it's a really fun game and people would really enjoy playing it, but it's not going to work out for us for a variety of reasons. So when it comes to games that we want to play the games that we enjoy, that work well. We want to play the games that we can share. In terms of other games that are coming up kind of in the far future, excuse me, in the far future, we're looking at, V and I are going to go back to Alan Wake with American Nightmare, but that's a bit far off. In the meantime, I think we're going to play Blood Bowl, and probably going to bring some kind of wizard into that, because Blood Bowl is a lot of fun, and is a game where you can succeed wildly and then fail horribly in the same turn. So, and Tyler and I are going to go back to Quest for Glory, playing Quest for Glory 4. We might go back to Sherlock after that series is over. But there's, and Hedra and I are going to play through Mega Man X up to at least Mega Man X5. Because I hate Mega Man X6. That's not true. Mega Man X6 is kind of weird. Mega Man X7 is awful. Mega Man X8 is great, but you have to play 6 and 7 to enjoy it, and I don't want to do that. But we're kind of all over the place in terms of games. We're going to start up Metal Gear Solid in the near future. One game that I'm really looking forward to is Secret of Mana, which comes out on PC at the end of this week, actually. All my movements are mirrored, and it's very weird. I can't really keep track of it. At the end of this week, which supports online co-op. So I'm going to get a couple people, and we're going to play through that game, because I love Secret of Mana. Secret of Mana is great. I love that game since it was on Super Nintendo, and I want to play it. So yeah, that's one game that I'm really looking forward to. One game that I did want to bring up is Monster Hunter World, which a lot of bigger YouTubers have been playing. I know that Game Grumps have been playing it, and Pro Jared has been playing it, and a couple of other people. You can tell that I have just a massive repertoire of YouTubers that I follow. I do want to play that game, but I'm going to wait until it comes out on PC, because I don't want people to have to get a PS4 just so that we can play one game together. One thing that I'm really trying to convince Eleni to do, Eleni is my wife, for those of you who don't know, is Civ 6 just came out with an expansion, Rise and Fall. I want to go back and play Civ 6 with her. I'm really hoping I can convince her to do it. Let her know in the comments how much you want us to do that, because it'll be a lot of fun. And we'll actually do more than 4 episodes this time, hopefully. But yeah, so that's kind of some of the ideas of where we're going in the near future. So we'll see what comes of that. In that kind of same vein, if you guys can, I usually suggest this at the end of the vlogs, but if you guys have ideas for games that you would like us to play, let us know in the comments below. Sometimes the games that come up are games that we put on the back burner so that we can get to them eventually. Sometimes the games are a bit more immediate, but we always look at all of the suggestions, and we do want to play the games that you guys want to see. It's just a matter of actually figuring out how to do it and who's going to play it. So if you have suggestions for games that you want us to play, then let us know in the comments down below. And then speaking of comments, I just want to say how much I really appreciate all the people that comment on the videos that we have, because some of the most fun I have during the day is interacting with those comments. For those of you that don't know, I kind of speak for everybody on the channel when it comes to YouTube comments and Twitter, which is why I don't usually take any kind of stances in YouTube comments or Twitter, because I don't want to put words in their mouth. But I do see all of the comments that come in, and I do get to respond to them, and it's so much fun just to know that somebody actually watched a video that we made and enjoyed it so much that they wanted to put their words down and kind of let us know what you think. And then I get to interact with you. I love interacting with people. It's great. It's so much fun. So yeah, I just want to say that I really do appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody that watches this channel and likes and comments and subscribes, or likes or comments or subscribes. All of you guys. You guys are great. I love you guys for letting us do this and in being an audience for us, because it's always one thing to put on a stage show, but it's another thing to know that there are people actually out there in the seats and actually watching it. Which kind of brings me to a little more frustrating point, which is YouTube has changed their policies, and not necessarily for the better. So you might not have heard about this. You might have. It only affects small YouTube channels, but back in January, YouTube announced that because of some bad actors on YouTube, and you know who they are, so I'm not even going to give them the dignity of naming them, but because of some bad actors on YouTube possibly causing some problems with YouTube's ad revenue, they were changing their policies for the YouTube Partner Program, which is, it used to be that as long as you had something like 100 subscribers and 1,000 hours worth of video, or something ridiculously easy to meet, you could become a YouTube partner and get access to their partner products. They changed that, so now you need to have at least 4,000 hours viewed and at least 1,000 subscribers. And if you were a partner before and you don't meet those requirements by February 20th, you will not be a partner. We have way more than 4,000 hours viewed. Last time I checked, which was about a month ago, we had 42,000 hours viewed. So we meet that requirement 10 times over. Excuse me. We don't have 1,000 subscribers. We have 713 as of the day that I'm recording this, which means that as of February 20th, we will not be part of the YouTube Partner Program. I'm not necessarily worried about that. We do make money off of this site, or off of this channel, I guess. Over the course of 4 years, we've made, I don't know, like $300. It's not a lot. It's money, but it's not a lot. But I'm more worried about losing access to some of the partner policy, or partner program things. The reason that I monetized the channel to begin with was to schedule video releases. That was it. That was literally the reason that I did it, because I never thought I'd see a dime. If you're not a partner, you don't get a chance to schedule your uploads, or schedule your video releases. So we release videos at 10, 12, and 2 Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, and 10 and 12 on Saturdays and Sundays. Which means that we can upload an entire week's worth of videos, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, as many as we have in advance, and schedule them all to go up, and that schedule will go out without any problems. If we're not a partner, I don't know if we're still going to have that, and that could cause some problems. If it does get removed, then I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I'll figure it out. But it's frustrating that a few bad apples on YouTube can ruin everything for people that had literally nothing to do with it. Like I said, I'm not terribly concerned about the ad revenue. It's a nice to have. It's not a cool thing. But I mean, my grand vision, my dream for this channel is that one day I will be able to turn to the people that I am recording with and say, thanks for recording this 2-hour session with me. Here's some money for your time. Not because I want to incentivize them to get money for their time, but because I want them to be able to justify recording. because it does take a lot of time. 2 hours out of your 2 hours a day or 2 hours a week doesn't sound like a lot until you realize that most people have a 9-to-5 job, 40 hours a week, plus they want to spend time with their families and friends. I mean, it can be a lot. It can be a lot of time. And it's frustrating that YouTube has put a hurdle that I thought I had already passed in the way. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just venting about that. I don't know if it doesn't really... The other thing, I guess, with the partner program is that if you're not a partner, you don't show up on recommended video lists, which means that it's going to be harder for the channel to grow because people aren't going to get the videos recommended, so they'll have to be specifically searching for our videos to find it. That's frustrating. That means that people that might like the channel aren't going to see it. And I don't know what to do about that. And no, there's no way around that. YouTube is firm policy. If you don't have 1,000 subscribers, you're too small for us to care about. So yeah. So there's that. And I kind of brought it up with the other guys on the channel, the other people on the channel. I kind of brought it up with the other people on the channel to discuss it, and I mean, they came up with, with the standard stuff, which is that we're doing it for fun, and it's not really that important, and that's true. We are doing it for fun. But the other thing that they came up with, and this is something that one of the guys that I hang out with online has been saying for months, possibly years, why don't we just start a Patreon? Why not? Everybody else and their mom has a Patreon, so why don't we have a Patreon? And I kind of resisted pushing or doing a Patreon for the channel because, once again, it feels like shilling, and I don't like shilling. I don't like asking people for money, even though the internet, if nothing else, has proven over the last 5 years that people are willing to give you money for the things that they enjoy, which I guess is cool. I don't know. But then my problem is, what are we going to use the Patreon to do? What do you want from us for the money that you would give us? And that's where I'm posing the question to you guys. If, and this is still an if, it's not a guarantee, if we were to create a Patreon for this channel, what would you want some of the rewards to be? Because I don't want to just say, hey, give us money and we'll keep making the content, because we're going to make the content anyway. We're going to keep making the videos and playing the games and having fun. But if you did give us money to support us, which, again, all the money that you give us would go right back into the channel, either buying games for people or helping some of the people get their computers upgraded so that they can record in better quality or have a better microphone like this delightful Yeti that I got here. If you were to give us money to support the channel, what would you want from us in return? Do you want a Discord channel where you can talk with us directly? I can do that. Do you want your name in some sort of end of episode credits, or a shout out, or a specific challenge that you want us to do as a one-off? I can do that too, but I don't know what you guys would want. So if you think that if we were to do a Patreon, what would you want from us? That's my question. Leave a comment down below if you have a suggestion. And we'll consider it. Like I said, it's not something that we're necessarily going to do, because we're going to be having fun doing this no matter what happens next. But if you enjoy the content that we make and you want to support us in some way, what would you want back from that support? That's my question. So I guess that's all I really had to talk about this time. This was actually kind of less rambling than I thought it would be. All my vlogs just kind of go on and on for forever and have to be cut down, but looks like we did pretty well this time. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. Make sure to check out some of the other videos on the site. Hope you enjoy them. And tell your friends, tell your family, subscribe. post in a message board somewhere, link us on Reddit, let people know that we're out here. We'll be doing the same thing, and yeah, I hope you guys are having a good time, and look forward to giving you more fun times to have, and hopefully putting smiles on your faces. Bye-bye.